Hey everybody, DeLongShot Signatures here. I've got two videos of autographs for you guys today. We're going to start off with some in-person autographs. Went to the 2025 Cruz Pedregon Racing Open House to start off the U.S. Nationals weekend. Got a total of 62 autographs, a bunch of signed hero cards, MMA fighters. We got drivers, of course. There was a Miss Indiana something rather winner. So very, very cool event. Pretty much the same thing as the past few years. For those of you that have watched in previous years, you'll know that Cruz Pedregon and his team sign a poster that is made for the event. But there was a second poster that was given out. It's a little bit different how they did it. So we'll go ahead and share the Pedregon posters. The way that they normally do it is Cruz will sign it and hand it down, and all of his team members will go through and sign it. They had gold markers and gold Sharpies this year, and sometimes it took, sometimes it didn't. But we have a total of 10 autographs on this, and you can see some of them, I'll try not to block it too much with the light, didn't really take too well, but other ones did. So overall, not too big of a deal. I'm not a big fan of large items getting signed, but if that's what's offered, I'll take it. So 10 autographs there. What was done with both of these posters that I ended up getting was there were some autographs already on the posters. Some of them were pre-signed by some of the members. So I don't know which ones of these were pre-signed, but there was only maybe like 6 of his crew members and crew, so I think another 2 autographs were already on there. The other one was of MMA fighters. A couple of them had their own items, but otherwise they had this Team Performex Indie Boxing and Grappling poster that was pre-signed by a few of the fighters, and then Zeke Graves, who I think has been at previous ones, and then Delaney Tibbett did not sign. But Jake Hockenberry, Chris Ariola, I believe, was there. Caleb Cox, that was one of the pre-signed names. I don't remember seeing Trevor Sheldon. I know Charlie Godfrey was there, Jason Arias. But yeah, total of 10 autographs, and I think maybe 3 of them were already on the poster when they were handing them out. So really cool of them to bring a team item like this and have some of the fighters go ahead and pre-sign it so that it wasn't as empty as it could have been. For the next part of the video, I will show you the pictures and hero cards that I got signed. Alrighty, and now we will get to the signed hero cards and photos that we got at the event. Like I said before, a bunch of people were using gold Sharpies and markers and stuff. Some of them gave you time to let it dry. Other ones, you kind of had to do it yourself, and so a couple of these did not turn out the best. 2 of them, I kind of argued whether they had, smeared enough to where I wouldn't count them, but I figured I might as well, because they're not that bad. But we're going to go in alphabetical order here. Got 2 signed ones from Alexis DeJoria. This is the one that she has for this year with JCM Racing. They're currently based out of the DSR shop, and then there is a lot down the street that Maynard Racing has purchased and will be building their shop there in the coming years. But I also got one, I think, from last year signed as well. We got 2 from Buddy Hull. So this is the one that I brought from last season. And then this is the one that they had this year. Got 2 from Chad Green. He really likes this design and talked about it a little bit with me. And then this is this year's design. I don't know what it is. I think it's this hero card. However they made it or whatnot, I'm not sure. It smells really bad. Like it's not like a gross smell, but it's like one of those kind of industrial, like it smells like a glue of some sort. I don't know why, but it's really, really strong. And I think it's that photo that has that stink. This is one of the fighters who had his own photo. Charlie Godfrey. Then we got one from Chris King. Pretty sure I already had this hero card because I tried to bring any extra hero cards I had of drivers, but I'm pretty sure this is the same one he used as last year, so I just got one signed. New name for the collection, Chris Foster, top alcohol driver. He, and then the next driver, who I think is his wife, could be, I'm not sure, Christine Foster. They both handed theirs to me at basically the same time, and they were right at the end of the line, so unfortunately, Chris's autograph smeared onto the back of this one, but not too bad. Not bad enough to where I was worried about it. And then to go with the Cruz Pedregon poster that was signed by Cruz, I also got this hero card signed. And then as I was walking in through the front door, I grabbed one of the hero cards that was up front, and someone said, hey, the ones on the back are signed. So I grabbed this one, and then someone else handed me one as I was leaving. So I was like, I'm not going to say no. So we got a total of 4 Cruz Pedregon autographs. Then we got a hero card signed by Cruz Stanfill, who has been there every year. We got 2 from Dave Richards. This is one from a previous year, I think last year. And then they had this year's hero card. I believe, I know a buddy of mine left where I work currently to go work for Dave Richards. Haven't heard from him recently, but hopefully when I'm walking around the pits, I'll run into him and get a chance to catch up real quick and see how he's doing. And we got Hunter Green, who I believe is now in the funny car division. We got 2 from Ida Zetterstrom. So this is the one from last year that I brought. And then her hero card from this year. Theirs have a very glossy surface this year. So sometimes, depending on how fast they sign and everything, it doesn't come out the cleanest, but this one came out pretty good. Some of the ones that I saw there were rough. Another MMA fighter that had his own, James Bradshaw. Again, this one you just see just very quickly brushed up against something else, but still looks good. This one is probably the most disappointing one in how it turned out. I'm still going to count it because the shape is mostly there. Plus, it's not one that I'm super worried about because I already have, I think, 2 or 3 of these signed already. I just brought an extra that I had. We got 2 from Jasmine Salinas, and unfortunately, that one did not turn out too good. But the one from this year was already dried by the time she handed it. Then we got Nitro Joe Morrison, who I have met in the past. And he is the only driver to call me out for getting multiple autographs. Sometimes you just run into the same person multiple times, but he was personalizing everything. And, first time he was like, who's this going to? And I'm like, to Landon. He's like, all right, cool. And he signed that and everything. And then, at the end of the day, he was signing again. I was like, yeah, I'll go for one more. And he was like, who's this going to? I'm like, Landon. He's like, I think I already signed for a Landon today. I'm like, oh, did you? He's like, it's fine. You can have it. Made me feel real nervous when I was, a teenager. But nice guy. Hopefully I'll get to see him again at the track this year. This one's awesome just because I have been collecting her hero cards for several years now. I think I wrote to the team for the first time this year, so we'll see how the autograph request goes. But this team does not allow you to send in your own items. They will only sign their hero cards. So if it's their hero cards, but from previous years, maybe you're allowed to send it. I don't know. But never gotten her autograph. Never gotten to meet her until today. And she was kind enough to sign all 3 that I brought, and then one from this year. I don't know how it's pronounced, but she is now a top fuel driver. Julie Natas? 2023 Top Alcohol Dragster Champion, and is now driving full-time, or part-time, I'm not sure, but I'm pretty sure full-time, Top Fuel Series. Or no, excuse me, I'm sorry. Funny Car. She switched to Funny Car. How did I get that so wrong? But very cool of her to do that. And I was like, hey, sorry, I normally don't ask for more than like 1 or 2. I'm like, would you be okay with signing 3? And she was cool with it. Then we got one from Justin Ashley. I had a hero card from him last year. It looks very similar, but now that I'm kind of looking at it, I don't think it had this tiger, leopard and design. Maybe that's a cheetah. I could be wrong. On it, so probably could have gotten 2, but it is what it is. I'll see him at the track. Then we got a younger driver, Collet Desero? I don't know, but it's a micro sprint car that she's driving there. We got 2 from Krista Baldwin. And then this is the one from this year. Looks like she is splitting the ride with Spencer Massey. So not sure if he'll be there at the track this weekend. We shall see. Got 2 from Lex June. This is the one that was already signed, little smeared. And this is the one that I got signed a little bit more, but not terrible. There's only one more that's like kind of iffy on whether I should have counted it, but I'm going to anyway. This lady won Miss Indiana Ultimate USA 2025, and she is working in with the goal of working in sports medicine for professional bull riding. Lily Sears. Another new name for the racing collection, McKenna Bold, Top Alcohol Dragster from Canada. We got Megan Smith, who I think finally has a new hero card this year. This was the first one I got that was pretty heavily smeared by the time it was in my hands. Michael Dalton. I've gotten to meet him several times, and I don't really follow any of the, lower series of drag racing, so I'm not heartbroken about it being too smeared. We had another young driver here who looks like they printed their hero cards at home. Oliver Taylor. Looks like they got a YouTube channel. I'll have to check that out. Another one for the Top Alcohol, I think. Steve Macklin. Got one from Tom Ritchie, who always brings this vehicle to the show. I think this is a new name. I can't remember if I met him last year. Travis Shoemake. This kid's been there pretty much every year. Ty Arbogast. He's an F4 U.S. driver, so that's pretty cool. He's trying to work his way up to potentially Formula One one day. And then last one we got here is Will Smith, and this is probably the best hero card I have ever seen of his. A lot of the other ones were very simple or small or anything. He did have another cool one several years ago. It's kind of a few guys in like some Hawaiian shirts and everything, but this one, I really like the design of this. But overall, very happy with what I got today. Several of the drivers ended up not showing up that were planned to be there. Happens. I was just glad to get, particularly Julie, because I didn't have her autograph, and then there were several other new drivers, and most of them, most of this stuff turned out pretty good. So that is it for this video, and then I will get caught up on this week's TTM returns, and then I'm going to go to bed, because I'm going to be at the track for 3 days straight. Wish me luck, and I will probably talk to you guys on Monday. But that is it for this one. Thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate it. It helps me out a lot. Best luck with your guys' collecting. Take care.